Hi, welcome to another session with Glenn and Thiabet, and we're going to talk about something that's very important that I have seen and found out that business owner they are victim of. And one of the things is that we procrastinate. You see, the evil of procrastination is as eating the soul of every achiever. I know that many people you want to achieve much in life, and you think that perhaps postponing what you want to achieve to a later date is more important than doing now. That is why I'm doing this video, and I want to explain the error you're doing in your life and in business. Now, what therefore is, first of all, when we talk of procrastination, what is procrastination? Procrastination is just, let me say, you're postponing something. Maybe you have a beautiful idea and then you postpone to do it. You know, procrastination often comes, or people often define that moment as laziness, as someone being lazy. And I recently discovered that actually no one is lazy. It's just that people actually give a particular amount of time, amount of energy to something that is not the moment to put that energy in. Let me explain what I'm saying. For instance, you are to start, maybe you want to start something, let me say in your house, and you're given an error. You say you should do a particular thing, perhaps clean the house, and then you say that you clean the house after. What you have done to yourself is that moment where you had to do that particular choice, there was an amount of energy that was given to you to do that. You see that the strength that you had at that time, you don't have the strength in the after that you have made up your mind to do that particular thing. So you find out that there is no energy to do that particular thing because that energy is meant for something else. So what you discover that happens is that you share the energy to two different things. The thing that you had to do at that time that you postponed to, and the thing that you had to do before that time. And one of the consequences that you would end up not doing the two in its best, because you are giving divided power, divided energy to it. What am I saying? I'm saying is that the reason why most of the achievers do not achieve what they are supposed to achieve is because we tend to postpone things. We tend to say to ourselves that I will do these things tomorrow, I'll do it after tomorrow, which that is a very big error on our part. Because the moment something comes to your mind, and as it comes to your mind, the available energy, or whatever we call it, to achieve that thing is present at that moment. And when you postpone it at the other time you want to do, you find out that you don't end up not doing that particular thing. In fact, if I ask a question and say that, okay, you said that someone is lazy. The question is the person sitting actually, is there someone that can just sit, not sleeping, not doing anything, just sit and be looking at places like that, not get bored? Actually, the answer is that there's no one that can actually do that. Just sit and just be like this, and then you don't get bored. Actually, there's no one that can be found in that situation. You get it? It means that there's no one that is actually lazy. The only problem is that you decide to dedicate that energy that you have to doing a particular thing at that time to another thing. Maybe it's educating your mind, studying, and that intuition comes that study now. And then what you do is that I will study after. That time that you have postponed the studying to the time that you have to be doing other things. So you try to share, you try to give divided energy to it. And when you do that, you see that either you do not study well, or you do an incomplete study, or you do not, you cannot do the other thing that you had to do it at that particular time. And the end result is that you don't do any of the two of them, or you do the two of them but you don't do well. Find out that you heavily study because you have to do another thing. So you give divided time What I'm saying is that there's time for everything. What I'm saying is that you have to understand that there is time where you have to sleep. There's time where you have to watch television, you have to read. These times are there. So we have to understand how to manage time, because the first management, if you want to manage anything, your business or whatever you want to manage, the first management comes from yourself. You must learn to manage your time. In fact, in my next video I will talk on how to manage time, because anybody who cannot manage time is a sign of irresponsibility. What is irresponsibility? Most people might see it as maybe it's an insult. No, it's not an insult. It's not an insult. It's not a bad thing, and it's not either a good thing. But when we decide to understand how time management works, we would understand. That is when you are becoming responsible. In fact, in my next video, I will talk about time management. But let's fall back to the track. Another thing I want to say is this: the reason why people or the achievers just procrastinate and they don't achieve what they have to achieve is because, one, they don't have principles. I've often said this, that goals are goals. It's good to have goals, but that is not all, because goals do not push you to achieve something. What pushes you to achieve a particular thing are systems that you set in place. Now, sometimes when we talk of systems, many people are confused and they want to know what systems are. An example of systems is this: you say that today, this is how I am going to do. First, you start, you begin your day, first do, and then you say, today this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to perhaps study for 2 hours. I'm going to work on my idea for 2 hours. When you do that and you consistently respect that, what you have done is you have built a system, and it is that system that helps you to achieve goal. It is beautiful to build goal first. It's beautiful, but when you build goal, do not forget that goal is less important when there's no system. So you build system to achieve the goal. Now, if you say you want to be a millionaire by 35, you want to start earning millions, what do you have to do? You build goals first. And when you have built those goals, maybe daily goals, hourly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, you build systems that will help you to achieve that goal. That's how an overachiever or an achiever can achieve whatever he or she desires to achieve. So it's saying that you don't do a particular task and we point it out on laziness or sluggishness is because they are not principled. You don't have a structured time. So you can choose to postpone things. And I've said that when we postpone things like that, it's an error, because you end up not achieving that thing, or you end up not even achieving anything. So it is good to have ideas, it's good to have thoughts, it's good to have ideas, beautiful ideas, but it doesn't end there. You must get up out of your bed, decide to work on it, decide to forge ahead. You would keep pushing and pushing and pushing. There are times that all what you're doing will look like it doesn't make sense. All what you're doing will look like it doesn't work. You keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and get out of that living. Don't procrastinate. Don't try to push forward things. No, you are not lazy. All you do is that you try to push forward things. Start. I know you might have to say, I don't have the ideas. You don't need to be intelligent to start anything, start any business. When you begin, across the way, you will see the need for knowledge. It is when you see that you're lacking in a particular thing in your business, you are supposed to grow, that you engage in studying about that thing. If I ask you now, you say you need to study. What do you need to study? You don't even know what you need to study because you're not doing anything. The way you know what you need to study is when you begin to do something. Then there, you know that this is what I need to learn. For now, you are just vague. You don't even know where to go. Is it level where you have to about business? You have to about this. So there's nothing you know how to study. So when you begin, it is in you're going forward, when you're pushing forward in that business idea, you're pushing forward. You see that I don't know about marketing, so I need to study about marketing. Then you go to study about marketing. Don't say I need to have all the knowledge. And I've said that you don't need money to start a business. You don't need money to start a business, but you need money to grow a business. Thank you for listening to me. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.